Welcome to the Weekly Warhammer Waffle, where we summarise all stories that have happened Warhammer throughout the week, which we may not have covered already on the channel. And today's one is action-packed, as always. We've got Night Lords at the GWHQ, which are causing problems, a Dan Abnett new book, which has appeared online, plus much, much more. So let's jump in, and as always, let's get waffling. So let's jump over to this window and let's go through the first big story that has been going through the internet this past week, and that is Night Lords at the Games Workshop HQ. Not literal Night Lords, but bats. Bats have been found in the site that they're developing. For people who don't know, Games Workshop has bought a lot of land around their Warhammer World facility. Some are being turned into car parks for now. Some are being turned into other factories, paint factories, packing factories, if the rumours are to be believed. Well, it does state it actually in the financial report they just released, which also says, by the way, which we'll go through in a second, that profits are up by 29%. It puts it into a perspective now of pure profit of around 260 million, which is absolutely massive. But something that has arose from development is that a bat has been found, and the bat is protected by a wildlife act in the UK. So you can't literally exterminate the bat. Like, if it was a Night Lord, exterminate it. But because it's a nice little fluffy thing, as you can see, look, it's gorgeous, right? Or it doesn't want to suck your blood, it just wants to eat insects. So this bat is one of the UK's most common bats. It's called a pipistrelle. Yes, hopefully I'm saying it right. It's UK's most smallest and most common bat, weighing around 5 grams, but capable of eating around 3,000 insects a night. So it does eat a lot of stuff. It's protected in the UK under the Wildlife and Countryside Act, as I've just stated. So Games Workshop literally cannot go in there and remove this bat. They have to just literally wait for the bat to move on itself, or maybe provide housing, an area for the bat to live in, and that way they can start building around it. But of course, they cannot get rid of that bat. Games Workshop have invested a lot of money. We're talking millions of pounds into these new areas around Warhammer World in terms of buying the land and building on it. And of course, that production now is being stopped by this bat. Now, if we just go to the end of the article, because the BBC has approached Games Workshop for comment, it states here, the company said it has spent 2.1 million on land at Willow Road to be used as a short-term car park. Again, just a car park for now, but eventually they will build on this as well. Games Workshop has been approached for comment on the extent of the delay and any cost implications, but they haven't responded to it as of yet. It's got to be fun to see what Games Workshop say, like, yeah, you know, we're trying to build a little house for the bat, trying to make it its own little place so it doesn't bother stuff. It's going to be interesting to see what they do, but at this moment in time, construction has been delayed for the foreseeable future. And from bats to books, let's talk about 2 books that have appeared randomly online over on Amazon, and a lot of people are talking what this could be. The first one I'm putting up in the background right now is from none other than Dan Abnett himself, the godfather of Warhammer literature. This one is called Carnage Unending, Warhammer 40,000. That is all we know. There's no pictures, there's no description. Apparently, it's supposed to be releasing around 2026, April 2026, so sometime in the middle of next year. And there's a lot of people speculating that this could be leading then to the launch of the next edition. What if this is surrounding the end campaign of 10th edition that will then launch 11th edition? I hope for the best. We're all waiting for the big book, right? Pandemonium from Dan Abnett, you know, Beckwin, the King in Yellow, Eisenhorn, Ravner, all the big characters. We still don't know what's going on with that. There's a lot of people talking about that. So fingers crossed, maybe this is something to do with that, or maybe this is something completely brand new, and it's going to be another series, maybe, of books led by Dan Abnett. And the next book that's appeared is one by Mike Brooks. If I'm not mistaken, Mike Brooks is the same chap that wrote the Lion book, which I personally really enjoyed. I'm still waiting for the sequel of it, Mike. Where the hell is it? What the hell is the Lion doing? Okay, calm down, Valrak. But this book, in the background, as you can see right now, this is called The Green Tide, also another Warhammer 40,000 book. And of course, this is hinting towards the Orcs. And one of the big rumors at this moment in time, one of the big pieces of speculation in the rumorverse, is that the Orcs are going to launch 11th edition with the Space Marines. They're going to be the main narrative threat of that edition. So maybe this book is bleeding into that narrative, into that rumor, and we're going to start getting literature around the Orcs rising up, led by none other than Gaz Skull. Is it going to be going back to Armageddon? Is it going to go somewhere else? I don't know, but the Green Tide is certainly coming. And let's get into the drama part of the video, because of course there's always drama surrounding Warhammer. First things first, let's go back to a story that we covered last week, and that is all about the Games Workshop logo. If you're not up to date, it looks like Games Workshop have rebranded their Games Workshop logo. We had the nice fancy yellow and red one, and it went to this kind of corporate, white text, just, I don't know, some kind of font, just banging all the stuff. We've seen it on the products now, with all the boxes that are coming out, but a lot of people are still talking about this, and someone has found that maybe this logo, this new logo, isn't really new, because this image, which I'm putting up in the background right now, has appeared online from 1983, when Games Workshop was just in their baby step phase, and a lot of people are commenting maybe this is what they were trying to go back to. Maybe the yellow and red one was the new logo, and now they've gone back in time to the good old, just plain Jane type of logo. I don't know, maybe people are just making excuses. What I would say about all of this is that at the end of the day, I get it. It's a logo. It's iconic. It means something to me, the Games Workshop logo. I used to love seeing that big Games Workshop text on shops and stuff, but am I really going to let it bother me going forward in the future? No. What I would be more concerned about is the prices of the products and that type of stuff. Bring that stuff down. Change those prices, Games Workshop, rather than changing your logo. That's my take. And we've had one drama, but what about second drama? Because we have Grey Knights on the agenda today. I did a video about this a couple of days ago. I'm not going to go into too much details, but basically a big bit of the lore has changed with the Grey Knights. They had something called the Terminus Decree, and a lot of content creators have been giving their thoughts on this, of course myself included. The community has reacted to this, because the Terminus Decree was this secret order that no one knew what it was. Like, there was so much speculation, like, is it going to kill the Emperor? Is it going to revive the Emperor? Is it going to wipe out all Space Marines? Is it going to, like, turn the galaxy upside down? We didn't know. It was just pure speculation, but that secret has now been revealed, and it basically is that if the Emperor was to be reborn, if he was to get up off the Golden Throne, start walking and helping the Imperium again, then the Grey Knights would have to be tasked to put the Emperor back on the throne. He can't do anything but sit on that throne, and if that means killing loyalist Space Marines, Imperial Guard, or even Custodes, then they will do that. That is the order inside of that wooden box. Now, of course, the community has reacted to this, saying it's one of the worst bits of lore that they've ever seen. Like, it's taken all the mystery away from the setting, which I can completely get behind. Like, some things are better left unsaid. So when you have something like this revealed, it does take a lot of that grim darkness, that vibe away, that mystery, as I keep saying, away from the setting. But if you flip that coin over, then I'm someone who loves Primarchs returning. Does that take away from the mystery, the grim darkness, the vibe of the setting? I don't know. Am I the problem? Am I the problem of Warhammer 40,000? Is this lore supposed to be meant for people like me? I'll be honest with you. I keep saying to people, I'm not a fan of this new lore. I did prefer the mystery of, like, what could this box do? It's more fun that way, because you can just go in there, speculate, have a laugh with your friends, maybe open the box, and the galaxy just explodes. Like, we literally have no idea. But now we know what it does, and the community has not been they haven't received it with open arms, let's say. I don't know what Games Workshop are going to do. They're going to retcon it, take it back. No idea. I personally think they'll just run with it now and say, this is this. Maybe it's going to be part of a story going forward, that maybe the Emperor will look to rise from the Golden Throne, and the Grey Knights intervene in that, and maybe there is a second civil war of bloodshed, Inquisition, and all that getting involved. Like, who the hell knows what Games Workshop has planned for future lore of this game. Anyway, thank you for coming, thank you for watching, and thank you for joining me on another weekly Warhammer Waffle. I think we've decided on that name now, WWW, all the waffling, as we like to do over on this channel. If you've got any stories that I may have missed, any dramas or anything like that, post it down below, send me a message on Discord, I'll write it down, and then we'll cover it in the next Warhammer Weekly Waffle. Thanks for coming, have a great day, night, evening, wherever you are in the world, and bye-bye.